long freezing days. Cheese ducks.
Now we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
Temperatures are in the 20s and it's not looking like it's going to change anytime soon, and we even got some snow flurries this morning. So while we've been able to keep the house relatively warm and it stayed pretty warm throughout the night and all of that, we're noticing our floors are extremely cold, which is to be expected. We knew our floors were going to be cold because it's not insulated and enclosed down there. We're still prepping materials to enclose everything, and we're still prepping siding and cutting sawmill wood, but until then we want to go ahead and insulate our floor because we know that will help just a little bit more.
So I already ordered the insulation. Summer's gonna make some tea real quick and we're gonna go pick it up.
Yep, let's go. We good to go?
Let's go. Bro, just get one.
What?
Why didn't you just get one?
Because I got two.
What happened there?
Strap broke. Now the plastic broke.
Okay, there's good.
Everything's breaking.
Right there's good. We picked up some R19 unfaced fiberglass insulation from Menards. It's 23 inches wide, and the reason we went with that is because they don't make anything that's 11 inches wide, which is the distance in between our metal beams. So we're going to be cutting this in half, and then we're going to be putting it in each section of the beams. Sorry, the dogs are playing.
So this process is going to be pretty similar to what we did inside the house. I'm going to cut these down to 8 feet, cut them right down the middle, hand them to Cody, and he's going to put them in.
I like them socks. They match your outfit real nice.
Judge.
No. One done, probably 100 to go. You're such a dork. It's the hops for me.
Oh my love, you're such a fragile thing, I know. And with the winter comes the ice, the snow, but I'm here to hold. And oh my love, don't worry about the cold just yet. The trees haven't started to shed. Just feel the summer sun as it warms, I bet.
We've probably gotten over half done, but it's getting dark now, so I think we're gonna finish in the morning. Boys, it's time to go to bed. Come on. You guys warm? Are you good?
But I'm trying to shelter you.
seasons come and they go, but I hope you know that I won't.
Thanks for the breakfast, babe.
You're welcome.
It's the next morning, so we're going to show y'all what the difference in temperature is on the floor from the parts that we have insulated and we haven't insulated.
We have about a 10-degree difference in temperatures between the two spots on the floor, and it's about 30 degrees outside actually right now, so we're pretty happy with the difference.
Especially since we haven't even finished the floors yet. So, let's go finish it up. I'm hoping this won't take us super long because we really only have 3 bundles left. He's almost done, and I do not want to be covered in fiberglass the rest of the day, so I want to knock it out and then get in the shower.
We got the floor insulated, still plan on enclosing the whole bottom section of the container, and then we're going to be putting up foam board insulation along the walls on the inside to help retain that ground heat and further insulate it. Having the floor insulated will help keep the heat in the house, and then that extra insulation on the outside will help keep underneath the house from freezing. And then we also plan on putting plastic sheeting down on the ground to help keep ground moisture from being able to get into the crawl space itself.
We're excited to see how well this keeps the floor of the house insulated, because before we could not walk around barefoot. It was so cold, especially since we don't have siding on yet. We'll definitely keep you updated on how it's working.
Probably not the most recommended way to start a fire.
Yeah, but I'd say the most efficient.
Definitely the most efficient.
We got our first snow of the year coming tonight. Apparently they're calling for 2 inches.
It's been below freezing on the property many of days now, so we're not too concerned about pipes freezing or anything like that with the snow coming. It's just going to be some snow, and we check our pipes every single morning just to be safe by turning on the water and making sure nothing is frozen. I'm not too concerned about the boys, and quite frankly, their water was frozen over the other morning and they hopped right in there. So I think that they'll be just fine, but we still added a little bit more straw for extra protection.
That way the heat from the ground will kind of help raise up through the floor and keep them a little warmer too.
And yeah, other than that, I'd say we're good to go. Bring on the snow. So temperatures are starting to drop. We got a fire going, and I think we're just gonna hang out and just relax the rest of the night and do dinner. What are you thinking?
Chili.
Okay, let's do chili. I'll be using my Instant Pot tonight to make chili because our normal open flame pots are all dirty and in the dishwasher. And because we're running literally our dryer, washer, dishwasher, fan,
everything and charging batteries all at the same time. I'm not too concerned about this pulling a whole ton of extra power because we have our generator on doing all of those things. So we should be able to make chili pretty quickly in the Instant Pot and call it good.
While my meat browns, I'm gonna dice up an onion. And then I used about half of a chili packet, not the whole thing because there's a ton of seasonings in here and I like to season my own stuff, but I still like the flavor of this. Now let's prep all the fixins. This is how you make the perfect bowl of chili. Fritos as your bottom layer. Cheese right on top so it'll melt. A big thing.
A dollop. It's called a dollop.
A dollop of daisy. A crap ton of onion. Jalapeno. And that's how you make a perfect bowl of chili. And a big old glass of sweet tea. See y'all in a little.
I've been trying to be my own guiding star, but it appears it hasn't taken me very far. I've tried to be my own all in all and everything, but it's just been a hard and arduous thing. When I look back upon the life I have lived and the choices I have made, what do I see?
We got about 2 inches, but a majority of it has melted now.
It's pretty much all slush and mud now.
Super happy with the amount of snow that's gone into the pond though, because it definitely raised the level. This is the snow that me and Cody kind of hate. If it's gonna snow, we would rather just get like several feet and be done with it, but the in-between mud and grossness for a day, not my vibe.
What do y'all think?
I can assure you their water did not freeze because do you see how dirty it is? That's because they've been playing in it. They do not care that it is very cold. They want to have fun. Except right now. They're mad that I'm over here. They're like, leave us alone.
So since the ground's pretty much frozen, we figured it'd be a great time to check up on the pump house. So even with the ground being 28 to 30 outside, it's still about 47 inside the pump house. And that's after sitting all night and us not using any water and being asleep and all that. So the pump really hasn't ran but maybe once this morning. So I'd say we're doing pretty well in there so far. If we end up having a couple long freezing days, geez ducks. If we end up having a couple consecutive freezing days in a row, I'll probably throw a light bulb in there just to make sure it doesn't get too cold in there. But so far, I'd say we're doing pretty good. And the panels held up really well in the snow too. With the angle, most of the snow was able to just kind of slide right off and end up here at the bottom, as you can see. But there was a little bit of snow on some of them, so I had to come out and clear them off this morning. Being that it's pretty much completely cloudy out, we're not really making much power today, but luckily our batteries are still charged from last night, so we shouldn't have to worry about that. Honestly, I should add gutters to these and just start collecting all this.
What's going on, and I really need to know.
We have our Starlink mounted and we were kind of concerned about maybe snow accumulating on top of it.
But with its snow melt feature, you can choose between preheating it or setting it to automatic, so it'll actually heat itself up and melt all the snow off it, so you don't have to worry about losing internet. Do y'all see how muddy she is? This is why I'm not a fan of this kind of snow. And Rock's not a fan of the cold, so you can catch him in bed all day. I gotta warm up my toes by the fire, they're cold. But since we insulated the floor, the house has been doing really well as far as heat goes.
We primarily have been using the fireplace. I don't even think that we've turned on our heater at all. Typically it gets pretty cold in the mornings because the fireplace will have run out of wood and we haven't put wood in it, and it just kind of dies out overnight. But it really retained heat this morning and we could definitely tell the difference.
Since this is our first snow, I pretty much have been keeping this on hand all day, checking the temperatures, everything, making sure everything's not getting close to freezing or anything like that as far as the pump house, the floor, the water lines, and all that good stuff. So it's been a really big help. I mean, right now our floors are about 64 and it's 70 degrees in the house, so I'd say that's a huge difference.
And then as promised, we are going to work inside the house because it's cold out. So like we said in the beginning, once winter came and it was super cold out, we were no longer going to be working outside. We were going to primarily focus on the inside. So on the days that it's warm, we'll focus our attention on the outside. On the days that it's really, really cold, we'll focus our attention on the inside. So yeah, that's where we're going to leave y'all. But I figure we'll answer some questions. But before the people that don't like questions click off, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. It helps. Number one, before questions, I just wanted to say a huge shout out to Miss Vegan. She says, I know how important these things are, especially for cooking. You two are adorable. Keep being your genuine selves. We enjoy watching your videos and see the beautiful life you're creating. From Miss Vegan. She got us this ring light, so I don't know if you've noticed, but the quality of our nighttime videos and our cooking videos have been so much better, so we are so thankful. Like, I use the crap out of this thing.
I was gonna say, we really didn't even film outside at nighttime before.
No,
because we just
never.
couldn't. So
thank you so much. You have no idea how much this helps, like seriously. JP says, what's the measurement of the inside of your container house? Me and my wife are getting ready next year to build our container house. Congratulations, that's so exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we use 2 high cube containers, which they're just taller than standard containers, but they're the same footprint. So it's 40 feet long and each container is 8 feet wide. So that puts us at 16 by 40.
And how much square feet?
That would be 640 square feet.
DC4L says, how many pieces of brick did it take? And I'm assuming they're talking about the fireplace, about the fire ring that we did outside, the fire pit.
Oh yeah, Menards has like project things on their website. We sell all these materials, so they'll just put it into a project list. Say, you know, there's a fire pit you want or something like that, they'll say, okay, well you need 60 of these kind of bricks, you need this kind of cement, and you need this fire ring. So they'll put it all together in a material list for you, and then actually give you an instruction manual of how to put it together. So if you look at their project list on Menards website, you can find all those there.
Alrighty, that's really all we had. So many positive comments. Thank you all so much. We really appreciate it, but not a whole ton of questions, so that's really it.
So make sure you come back for the next video where we're going to start finishing our bedroom.
Yes.
We are going to get it 100% done before
100%.
we put anything back in here.
Yeah, we're talking floors,
So-
baseboards, painting, ceiling, all of it. I want it done.
Yeah, it's the closest to being done. So since we already had everything moved out to do the ceiling fan, we're just going to go ahead and finish all of it.
All of it, yeah. Am I a fan of living in my living room at the current moment? Absolutely not. But it's fine. It's not a big deal, so.
Yeah, we're thinking probably a week in real time of working and having to wait for like the spackle to dry to be able to do the
And
next
then
coat,
purchasing
and then
more materials,
multiple
all
coats
that.
of paint with the drywall sealer, and then having to put the actual paint on over it. So we're thinking probably like 2 videos of it.
Yeah. Alrighty. Bye.
Bye.
Baby, don't you